Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are doing a demonstration on what we've done for our logic circuit assignment. So our assignment question is question number 2, something about security. So there is a few inputs that we are required to put into the system, which is one smart camera, motion detector, door and window sensor. The output that is required is a alarm and a mobile alert. So what do we have here? When the smart camera detects movement, it will be 1. Motion detector would be 1 if something is active. Door window sensors will be 1 if any of the door or windows in the house is open. So here is our demonstration on how the system works. We added an enabler to make sure that if like it's in a day and you don't want the alarm to be turned on, and everything is just going to detect something, and if you just not have the enabler, it's going to start ringing randomly. So we need to have the enabler to make sure nothing happens. So here is what happens when we turn on the enabler, and if the smart camera detects movement, it will send a mobile alert. When we get the mobile alert, we will have the option to force alarm to turn on. If we force the alarm to turn on, the alarm will turn on, as you can see and hear. The motion detector, however, is different story, because the motion detector would guarantee always turn on the alarm every time it detects activity. This, I don't know what's the purpose, but based on the assignment wording, that's supposed to happen. But we can also turn it off using the force trigger alarm to make sure it doesn't get too noisy. If you detect something but you don't want to turn off the enabler, you just want to turn off the trigger, you can just turn off the force trigger to make sure the alarm doesn't continuously ring in the middle of the night while the enabler is still on. So the next one is the door window sensors. If it detects one thing open, it would give a mobile alert. All of this provides the same output, except for this one that provides a trigger. So let's say everything's turned off, but we still want to trigger an alarm, because let's say there is something happening at home and you want to trigger the alarm without enabling the system. So you just turn on the trigger alarm, it would just trigger the alarm. Here is a continuation on our previous circuit. This is the exact same circuit, but the only difference is we have converted from sum of product from to product of sum form. So what did this do? This is basically what we do when we simplify the circuit. By using our wonderful K-map theories, we can convert we just found that in sum of product form we cannot simplify this further, because this is the most simplified form of the circuit, which is the previous circuit recorded earlier. But if we use POS form, we can reduce the amount of gates by 1. As you can see, it looks less painful to look at, but also works the exact same. Nothing works when the enabler is not on. Force trigger will always force the alarm on when all of these are off. And when enable is on, any 3 of these switches will turn on the mobile alert, and the middle switch will specially trigger the alarm. And then if I want to turn off the alarm, I can turn on trigger alert. It's basically the same circuit, but we reduce the amount of gates by 1. That's the home security system. Thank you very much. Please subscribe and like the video and share to your friends and family.